Hello guys and welcome to Wolf Nation. My name is Mo and today we watched Death Note episode 26. So last time guys on Death Note. Yeah, where to begin? So Light's plan was to have Misa start killing again, that way she'd be a suspect and L would go after her, and if he catches her, he'd lock her up and then she would be executed. So Rem would have no choice basically than to stop L, kill him, and that way Light would get rid of L. And it worked out. I didn't suspect it to actually work because I didn't think Rem was actually going to do it, but she did. And that caught me off guard because I didn't expect us to lose L that soon, but shit. So L's dead, Watari's dead, no one left to oppose, no one, big left to oppose Light and Misa. So I have no clue where it's gonna go from here, but I'm excited to find out what's gonna happen. So let's dive into it, guys. Here we go.
Following is the record which contains everything I've investigated on the Kira incident.
He did leave behind
the record. Now you are reading this message means I am no longer alive.
I wonder who's reading it though.
I hereby leave this record as my firm achievement. That is all.
Oh shit, that sucks. And Light deleted it all, didn't he?
It's been 10 days since Ryozaki's funeral. Looks like we're not gonna die after all.
We know Watari's true identity now, but we never found out anything about who Ryozaki really was.
Yeah, that's true. Who could have guessed that Watari was actually a famous inventor?
The paper said he founded orphanages around the world using the fortune he inherited from his patents.
So L was an orphan.
A fine man. A hero.
But it doesn't help us now. We can't continue investigating using this place as our base with L and Watari gone. This is tough.
It's true.
Light, how's it going?
I should be able to transfer the system and most of the information out of here by tonight.
None of them really suspect him, so
I almost feel as if I'm stealing. I've created a voice filter identical to the one
should be
Ryozaki
pretty easy for
I
him.
can use it to make the police think he's still alive and give them orders like we've been doing so far, but who is gonna take the place of L? Where will he work from?
Of course you.
And what do we do with the notebook?
Come on, what are you talking about, Light? You're the only one who can take on the role of L.
I don't know. Ryozaki was killed by Kira because he challenged him. And that's not something I'm eager to do. Besides, I would be fooling the people of the world.
I can understand how you feel, but
He
you're
doesn't
really
want to
the
come
only one
off
of us
like
who can
he
do
really
this.
wants
That's
it.
right. Even Ryozaki said so himself.
But he does.
You would be capable of succeeding L.
Just as I thought. It's too simple.
It
it's
is.
no fun without Ryozaki here.
Exactly.
I understand. Alright, I'll do it.
There's no one left to actually challenge him.
I won't be like Ryozaki. I won't take big risks like challenging Kira directly to gather clues. It's just not me.
Yeah, it's probably better if we play it safe. Ryozaki may have been a little too confrontational.
In that case, I'll be able to do the same sort of work using both this computer and my own. In fact, it'll be possible for me to act as L in the comfort of my own room. I can be Watari as well, but it'll be difficult to pull off with Mom and Sayu around. Things would be easier if I could rent a one-bedroom apartment.
Well, considering your age, it certainly wouldn't look odd to anyone if I let you move out on your own.
Hey, yeah! And then we'll be able to use Light's new apartment as our task force headquarters. That's a great idea.
All that's left to
Then we
figure
have
out
more
now
freedom
is
now.
what to do with a notebook.
It's really not that difficult. There's 5 of us here, and we know none of us will ever use the notebook. We'll just have one of us take it and hide it somewhere where no one else can ever get to it.
Please, Chief. It's gotta be you.
Yeah, Chief. We can count on you. You're a pillar of justice after all.
You want me to?
Matsuda.
All right.
We'll avenge Ryozaki together.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. How is
Still up there somewhere.
Light gonna get access to it then?
Well then, why don't we have a little party to celebrate Light becoming L number 2?
Quit fooling around. Now's not the time for stuff like that.
Light, this is just dating forever. Can't you enjoy yourself a little more?
Is he missing out? Missing the challenge?
Misa. Let's move in together.
You mean it?
Yeah, I've already rented a place.
Does he want to just keep her
Victory is mine!
under control?
Victory?
Over Kiyomi and Mari and Yuri. But it's alright now. Don't worry. I knew you were just using those other girls to trick Elle. You don't have any reason to see them anymore, right?
Right.
Hey, now that Elle's dead, does that mean you finally settled the score with him?
Yeah.
So in that case, I guess things are gonna get pretty boring from now on.
Probably.
That's not true, Ryuk.
Huh?
From this moment on,
I am God.
I'll show you the creation of the new world.
Okay. Looks like he's gonna take it up a notch now. Now that he doesn't have to worry about anyone catching him. Oh, he does have Misa's stat now, right? Or does he? I guess he does. Shit. Oh, he killed her too? Damn. And Ibar.
Daddy?
All of you guys. See you later.
This will be the rebirth of Yotsuba.
Yeah, it's a new start. Huh? Hey, Namikawa, what's wrong?
That's impossible.
Damn, he's taking everyone out.
In April 2012, Light Yagami, age 23, joined Japan's National Police Agency. In the summer of 2012, Kira's killings increased at an unprecedented rate. Numerous people around the world were terrified of Kira, and yet there were just as many cheering him on.
So he
their
joined
private
already
thoughts
the
became
police
public
force?
opinion, and soon certain nations began to accept Kira's judgment.
Oh.
The world was heading into a dark age in which Kira's will was the only law.
Damn. Huh. Didn't Elle leave behind one more surprise? Transmission. That's the Wami's house. So it's like orphanage that he founded or something. Probably. Elle is dead. Does he have someone who's gonna pick up the
What is it, Roger?
torch? Roger.
It's Elle. He's dead.
So guys, that was Death Note episode 26. So the beginning of the episode was sort of like a recap, but we got a whole bunch of new information towards the end. So it's been a while since Elle's funeral, and they were pretty much just deciding what's the next direction to, you know, go to. I'm thinking that, well, I'm not sure. I don't know if Light was deleting all of that information that Elle left behind, or he was just sorting it out or going through it. But they were discussing like who should take up the mantle for Elle and how are we going to continue this investigation. And obviously he didn't want to come off like eager, So he was like, I don't know if I should, maybe should be someone else. And they obviously all of them agreed because they don't suspect him. They never suspected him, even when L really suspected him at first. So all of them were like, you should be L, it's obvious. Even he said that you can, you know, fill that position. So he agreed to it, but then he was like, I'm gonna need to, I can pretend to be L and Watari, but I'm gonna need my own space. So his dad, Chief Yagami, agreed to, you know, he can have like his own apartment. That way they can use that as a, you know, a base or headquarters as well. But the only thing about it, I guess Misa, she handed her death note back to well, no, shit. I'm trying to understand which death note he has now, because the chief, he's gonna hide one of the death notes. I believe that's the one that was left behind by Rem. And I believe Light has Misa's death note right now, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Ryuko's like, this is gonna be boring now, and even I was like, how is it gonna be the same without that challenge of having L against Light? You know, these two powerhouses, these two genius. But he said it's not gonna be boring, and he started killing off hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people. And he killed Weddy, he killed Ibar too. And like, so Watari was actually this inventor, famous inventor, and he, I believe they said he founded a couple of orphanages, and I believe that's where L was from, and that's how they met. So interesting. So all this time I thought that he was just like a butler or friend of the family, but he's actually, you know, the one with all the money, probably, like, I think. Well, obviously he's rich, but maybe L has his own money too, who knows. But when they were discussing it, they were like, Light joined the task force, like Yagami, and the killings increased and this and that. So I'm wondering what was like the time jump between where we saw him like deciding that he's gonna be L, and then him joining the task force, or not task force, but the police department. But anyways, he's in the police department right now, so shit, he has, you know, all the benefits that comes with, you know, being L, and also the police department, and he's not a suspect. So who's gonna stop him? Maybe one of those two people that we saw in the end, because there was like a transmission, and then this guy at the orphanage got a message that said L was dead, and then we saw two others next to him. So I'm wondering if one of them, I want to say a protege, because I don't think L has a protege, but maybe someone else who's not as smart, but another genius, let's say, who's gonna try to take down Light. Or maybe it's none of them. Maybe it's just someone that Watari knew and someone that L knew. But it's definitely gonna be interesting to see who steps up, and will there be a real challenge? Because they're saying that right now most of the or some of the governments and some of the people, or a lot of the people, are just starting to accept, you know, Kira as the new normal, and like the only law that's out there, which some people like, obviously, and some don't. So that's definitely gotta be crazy. But yeah, as much as it sucks that L's dead, and it really does suck, I am looking forward to it, see what kind of direction they're gonna take it to, and what would happen next. So hey guys, if you want to check out the next episode, you can right now on patreon.com. Link is in the description. But as always, hit me in the comments, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Till next time guys, take it easy.